Roy Culver loves to run, and he's good at it too. In 1997, he came within 4 seconds of beating the Alberta provincial record in the 3,000 meter. For his mother Camille, it's something of a miracle. Roy Culver's story begins here with another miracle, the miracle of birth. But for Roy and his mother Camille, it wasn't an easy beginning.
Roy was a real textbook pregnancy. Everything went fine, and this baby moved and moved and moved. And about a week before he was due, he just stopped moving.
Not long after Camille went into labor, complications set in. The baby became stuck.
I guess I was expecting them to say, well, we'll have to do a cesarean again. But they said, the baby's too far down. We can't do a cesarean now. And there were a lot of, forceps were put in place. And I remember thinking, what is this doing to my baby's head?
Roy Culver's first experience with the world outside the womb had left its mark.
He was bruised, which you expect with forceps. What I didn't realize was that it had an effect on his jaw. It wasn't sitting in joint as it should be. It explained why he had trouble being understood. He didn't speak very clearly, so it made it just easier not to talk.
The physical effects of Roy's birth were obvious, but the emotional one became more apparent as he grew older.
Roy always, stood on the outside, assessed the situation, and was very cautious. It was always like he was never really sure if he was going to be accepted. So, in a lot of ways, I do feel his birth had an effect on that. Well, his energy level was extremely low, especially as a toddler. It was really low because he didn't crawl, because he didn't have the energy to crawl. And then when we started with the gluten-free diet, he got up and started walking.
Camille set up an appointment to take Roy to see a craniosacral therapist. It didn't take long for her to know that she'd made the right decision. Carlene Daphne treated Roy as she does all her patients, with the gentle, healing touch of craniosacral therapy.
Because of the known trauma that Roy had, and because of the appearance of his face, and because of what I was able to tell when I put my hands on Roy's body, feeling for the craniosacral motion and the craniosacral rhythm, it was very clear that there were large areas of restriction in the connective tissue inside the head and in the rest of the body, the diaphragm. Roy was also quite bent over. He couldn't stand straight. The tissue inside his body was pulling him into this position.
The craniosacral therapist explained to us when she first had her hands on him that his diaphragm was all pulled up, and that's one of the first things she did through cranial was relax his diaphragm, and he just went, oh.
You don't really feel much. You sort of feel like there's just a hand resting there, and then sort of a bit of tension, then all of a sudden she'll sort of let go and it will release, and you can actually feel your face sort of move. Like
he walked in the door after that first treatment. My husband looked at him and said, Roy, you're taller.
I noticed a profound difference in his facial features. It had really moved his jaw visibly, and it was remarkable.
At first glance, the human skull looks like a helmet, solid and immobile, a protective shell for the brain. When the bones of the skull are moving normally, cranial rhythm is balanced and we enjoy good health. When we suffer a trauma, injury, or are exposed to a toxin or even emotional shock, the normal motion of the skull can be affected, which alters the cranial rhythm. That, in turn, can affect other bodily functions. Roy's jaw and teeth had always been a problem. His lower jaw was overextended, and his upper and lower teeth didn't actually touch, which made eating very difficult.
When she put her hands in his mouth and did some craniosacral with his actual upper jaw, It was just amazing the color he had in his face. And I looked at him, and he had cheeks, whereas before they were sort of always sunken.
I noticed the first thing was when I got home and I had dinner, I never really knew it was hard for me to chew, but then I seemed to chew so much faster and so much better.
In the first month of treatment, Camille brought Roy to see Carlin 3 to 4 times a week. Camille watched as her son's condition improved dramatically, not only physically, but emotionally too. With proper nutrition and scheduled visits to the craniosacral therapist, Roy continued to improve, and he discovered a hidden talent. The boy who could barely crawl as a baby could run so well that he caught the eye of the track and field coach.
He was kind of pulled out of phys ed class because he had run well that day, and the teacher had said, well, run in the school track meet then, and Roy said, okay.
Camille and her husband watched from the sidelines as Roy raced in the 3,000 meters.
The gun goes off, and Roy runs out in front. And the people sitting beside me are saying, boy, Roy better slow down. I mean, he's got 6 laps to go.
It's difficult to run when you're with the rest of the crowd because they're passing and doing things. So I thought, if I can get ahead of these guys, I'll have a much easier time running. When I got ahead, I found it really easy just to keep going.
He just set his mind to, no, I want to win this race. I was really happy for him because it really paid, it was something that finally paid off all his hard work and self-discipline that he does on his own.
It's made a lot of things easier. I mean, there's the whole jaw thing. I mean, I'm a lot taller because of it. I probably would be 4 inches shorter.
His attitude is better. I think he's more positive, and I think he's overall healthier. I think it improved his health a great deal.
A few days after winning the race, he came home and said, everybody knows his name at school now. It was nice.
Coming up, from PMS to pregnancy, do-it-yourself remedies that put women's health care into their own hands. But first, exercise for the body, inside and out, next on Beyond Medicine.
Had a sort of strange feeling in my right arm. I wanted to go out drinking, I didn't want to go to the doctors. And when I went to the doctors, I thought to myself, they'll just look at it, they'll test it a little bit, and nothing more will happen. And I'm still thinking, carpal tunnel at worst, it's nothing serious. She seemed concerned, and she said, I'm going to send you to see a neurologist. And I went by myself to a brain scan, and the doctor said to me, it could be Parkinson's, it could be Huntington's, or it could be Wilson's, all pretty horrific conditions, but I was rooting for Parkinson's because the other two you pass away from. And I went to the appointment and I took my parents with me this time because I knew we were talking something serious. They told me it was Parkinson's, and I thought, phew, honestly to God, instead phew in my head. And my parents probably weren't saying phew. It was the first time they'd heard it. They hadn't had the time to deal with it like I had. And that relief slowly turned to panic as I realised I had to deal with it. And over the weeks and months following, my symptoms got worse. I could feel them changing. The first time I ever took the medication, I couldn't feel my legs. And it made me panic that this was my future. And I suddenly felt myself sort of slipping away a little bit. And I realised that I might become the girl that no one would invite to anything anymore because I was always saying no. And then I was sat in my parents' house one day with everyone I love around me. And I thought, if someone came into my home and tried to ruin my relationship, stop me from being able to work, destroy everything I'd worked so hard for, would I have let it? Of course I wouldn't. I'd have fought it to the ground. Yet I was letting something with no face and a ridiculous name, not even a proper name, I'd let it take me down and I hadn't given a fight. And I thought then and there, I'm going to say yes to everything. And when I started saying yes, interesting things started to happen. My positive attitude was noticed at work. Just bear with me here. fuzzy new boyfriend who's incredibly pragmatic and doesn't take nonsense from me or Parkinson's, and I love that. I also realised that I had a story to tell. I became more confident in telling it. I realised that actually Parkinson's UK liked telling my story too. I could be a campaigner, I could be an ambassador for the charity. I could share my story when other people couldn't tell theirs. I also realised how many good friends I had, and that actually I had a huge support network, and all those people I'd said no to, they were still there for me, and they were there even stronger. A couple of years ago now, 60 of my nearest and dearest walked with me through Greenwich Park for charity. And to have those people around me was an incredible thing. It made me realise how loved I am. And then I started to think about my future in terms of jobs. I opened a shop online. I had a pop-up shop and sold my products as well to people face to face and told them about my Parkinson's. And it was all part of the story. And I realised my job is being the, essentially. And I quit my job. I'm basically going freelance, and I'm going to do all the things I love with all the people that I love. And I'm excited that that's my life. It's made me realise how strong I am as a person. When you're tested, you suddenly know what you can handle. And I started to wonder, Parkinson's hadn't happened, would my life be the same? I personally think no. My life is better because of Parkinson's.
你問我嘅時候，我嗰陣時係背脊，我係背脊右邊近腰嘅肌肉抽緊筋。咁啊嗰個抽筋就係好嚴重嘅抽筋，有少少影響我呼吸。咁就咁佢就起身就幫我做一啲按摩啊，諸如此類。
當下嗰刻即刻諗啊嘛。Drc 話腰背位中求，好啦，咁我就位中穴咁樣即係撳佢啦咁樣。跟住我問佢咩事啦，咁佢話其實原來4點幾已經開始有啲，
即係半夜4點幾。
係啦，已經係有啲清晨嘅時候已經有啲有啲感覺㗎啦，後邊。
坐咗幾個鐘喎。
係啦，咁
4點半到啦，我先係個肚小腹痛，小腹唔舒服先，咁跟住就痛唔舒服，但係唔係痛咯，唔舒服咗半個鐘到啦，咁跟住就突然間係好突然咁就背脊抽筋，咁我就起身行出去，即係以為係瞓得唔好咁樣就喐下拉下咁樣啦，咁但係一路 keep 住就好痛咁樣，跟住翻上床都瞓唔低，咁就唯有出翻去啦，費事嘈醒晒所有人。
叫救護車啦。
仍叫救護車叫白車。
係啦，叫白車，咁啊救護員上到嚟問我去，咁樣跟住去咗，咁啊落咗救護車之後，救護員就話啊，其實你好大機會咧係腎石，即係痛得咁緊要，就應該係腎石㗎啦咁樣。咁啊入咗急症室啦，醫生都話佢係，咁跟住幫佢打足2支止痛針。
係啊，打第一支止痛針就冇乜效咯，咁啊醫生再打多支，咁護士打嘅時候話呢支會痛啲，因為呢支係唔同嘅。咁相信應該係勁啲。咁跟住又照過 X-ray 啦，咁但係 X-ray 又照唔到乜嘢出嚟，之後就照咗 MRI， 做咗好多嘢啦，磁力共振，做埋電腦掃描。電腦係啦，咁跟住就即係3日2夜裏邊就做晒呢扎嘢咯。咁跟住就發現咗係有粒3mm， 即係 confirm 有粒3mm 直徑嘅腎石。好痛，佢喐嚟喐去咁。於是乎我就幫佢做3日治，揾Drc 啦，咁陳姑娘就好快咁覆我咁樣，咁佢就叫我Drc 咧就叫你做呢啲嘢，咁樣。
先佢講個結果咧，我而家先知嘅啫。原來佢肯去即係回應我嗰個俾佢嘅 advice， 嗰個痛係少咗90%。Drc
叫我一路幫佢做，一路要開口同佢講，同佢祈禱。
其實一齊咧就用主禱文去完結嗰個祝福。咁竟然原來嗰個咧就能夠將個痛咧減低咗90%。
冇人知啫喎。
同埋多咗師嘅聲音咧係好有感染力嘅。
3 mm 直
3mm
直嘅。咁佢話
1粒
照兩係1粒。
1粒。
因為如果咁細去做咧，未擊碎粒腎石就已經擊碎咗個腎。
OK。
咁所以咧就唔值得去做嘅。
其實都好奇怪喎，粒石大啲就唔會擊碎到個腎嚇。
係啊，明白。可能佢意思係粒石大啲就連個腎一齊擊碎都抵啲啊。
可能我都係覺得咁樣嘅。
其實就一路等緊醫生講嘅排翻出嚟。
咁即係話之後都係改變咗少少嘅飲食習慣啦，因為個意識上邊諗住飲少啲咖啡奶茶啦，俾自己飲多啲清水啦，去多啲小便啦，用個意念去將嗰個石衝出嚟啦。咁最後係喺上個禮拜，
直到有一朝起身去廁所嘅時候，突然間聽到叮當一聲，
但係佢身體覺得係舒服咗。
但係呢段時間係冇嗰種感覺啦，已經即係冇話頂住啦。直到今朝起身嘅時候，咁個背脊而家都係背脊喺度扯住痛。咁但係嗰種扯住咧就唔係上次嗰種抽筋㗎啦，係似係即係譬如瞓覺嘅時候一路扭住，咁到而家即係懷疑咯。
佢提醒你仲有一啲可能沙石未完全處理啦，
未嘅，
即係個本因我哋未完全處理。好，唔該晒你呢個分享。
未来不再迟疑，牵起我的手，你给我勇气。
曙光渐鲜明，点亮前方路，我展翅高飞，你给我信心。只要相信，相信就有奇迹，挥动星星的翅膀，随着梦想起飞。
相信有爱就有奇迹，不轻言放弃，只要打开眼睛，手牵手一起就不孤寂。相信有爱就有奇迹，虽然逆着风，你给我勇气，飞往那佳美之地。黑夜将过去，
未来不再迟疑，
牵起我的手，你给我勇气。曙光渐鲜明，点亮前方路，我展翅高飞，你给我信心。只要相信，相信就有奇迹，挥动星星的翅膀，随着梦想起飞。相信有爱就有奇迹，不轻言放弃，只要打开眼睛，手牵手一起就不孤寂。相信有爱就有奇迹，虽然逆着风，你给我勇气，飞往那佳美之地。信じれば奇跡は起こる。諦めず目を開いて、つないだ手離さずに。相信有愛就有奇迹，虽然逆着风，你给我勇气，飞往。相信有爱就有 手牵手一起就不孤寂，相信有爱就有奇迹。虽然逆着风，你给我勇气，飞往那佳美之地。
虽然逆着风，你給我勇氣，飛往那佳
都可以叫做陣線嘅釋放反應啦，無論係好頻密嘅眼微調啦。
只要相信，相信就有奇迹。
挥动星星的翅膀，随着梦想起飞。也许未来遥远在光年之外，我愿守护为真理，为你等待。我没想到为你我能疯狂的山盟海誓，没有你根本不想逃。我的大脑为你已经疯狂的脉搏心跳，没有你根本不重要。你说会在我胸口的臂弯足够抵挡眼神的抓，一种执迷不放手的倔强，足以点燃所有希望。宇宙缓缓冷漠，我们的爱微笑着闪烁，颠簸却如此无果。缘分让我们相遇了是意外，命运却要我们为终相爱。
不過呢個就變咗一個練習啦，練習我哋嘅手腳，因為我哋對手就係我哋嘅聽。
但手停在了发端的指尖，入微瞬间，冻结时间，记着望着我坚定的双眼，也许已经没有明天。面对浩瀚的星海，我们微笑得像尘埃，漂浮在一片无奈。缘分让我们相遇了是意外，命运却要我们为终相爱。也许未来遥远在光年之外，我愿守候为真理，为你等待。我没想到为你我能疯狂的山盟海誓，没有你根本不想逃。我的大脑为你已经疯狂的脉搏心跳，没有你根本不重要。也许航道以外是幸福爱的梦，或许意外是纯粹。